Okay, Double D, DC here. All right, so watch the video, appreciate it. Couple questions, thoughts on what I've seen throughout my history of time. We both agree that when this happens, this stays cocked and then goes in and we've got a problem. I get that, and I agree. My question is, it feels with the whole thing, is that I watch somebody like Justin Thomas, Viktor Hovland, who you showed in the video, and DJ. None of those guys get up and do that. They're not loading the shaft anymore. It's almost like they're letting it out right from the get-go. So when I do that and work on that, the one thing I feel with my lead hand is this thing going into ulnar. I don't feel that when I play real golf or practice on the range. But when I do this, that's different. Instead of this, which also I believe is one of the reasons you're seeing that my wrist is a little cupped here, is because of this load instead of more like this. Hovland had a grip at the top of his swing in that video that was very flexed. So when he came down, he was ahead of me already with the flex wrist, like DJ would be. I had more of a neutral grip, maybe in a smidgen cup, and I basically maintained it. So my question is that with you telling me that I need to keep this left side lower, what is the feel for that? To do this and also not make sure I don't do this, where this thing gets too far out. Let's see. My thought is that this move is more of an independent move, where to me a little bit I need to work this wrist to learn how to do that, to widen the thing out right from the get-go instead of pulling down. The other thing too, I've seen it my whole life, excuse me, I've seen it my whole life with this shoulder that you're saying gets tilted, is that when I get up and come down, I can do this or this with my arm, my shoulder the whole entire time. For some reason, I've always done that. It's just my shoulder has pulled up, but it's really not changing anything with this club or my body. I usually look at what my spine angle is doing instead of what this shoulder's doing. I don't know if I'm right or wrong on that. That's just, I've always done it, where I come up and my shoulders look level, but my spine is not as bad compared to other golfers. So you're kind of thinking that if I do more this, that'll throw this out. I'm wondering if I just work on this and try to get this thing to open up. This club's weighted, so that's why it looks like I'm struggling with one hand. So that's kind of my thought. What would be the feel if you wanted me to go the route you're saying with keeping this down? And do I also need to, while doing that, maintain, somehow independently work on training this wrist, if that is the other culprit? I can't imagine it's the trail wrist. Maybe it's part of that. But what is the culprit? I mean, what is the feel in training? Should I be working this, learning how to unhinge the club, if you will? What should I do about that? So those are my thoughts. Basically, the wrist, should it be independently trained to learn how to do this, line the shaft up a little bit better? You want me open, but you don't want this shoulder coming up. Is this shoulder doing this an issue? And so that's kind of my thoughts on it. Opening up, but getting this thing out. The throwing the club part, should it be Should I feel like I'm throwing the club? Kind of like that. That sounds exaggerated, of course. But anyway, those are my things. And I'm going to end this like you end your videos because it's cool.